Hello, it's Mike P from RoadTrailRun, and today I'll be trying on the Brooks Catamount 4 for the first time and giving you my first impressions. As you can see, I've got version 2 and version 3 right beside me here. I'll also put on version 3 while I try on version 4 so I can give you a side-by-side fit and feel comparison. Version 2 to version 3, they simply updated the upper. They dropped a few grams in weight. I actually raced version 2 in a fast 50K in winter conditions. Actually, I'm registered for the same race coming in next month, so we'll see if I choose the Catamount 4 for that race. I also ran a 24-hour event where I covered 120 miles in this shoe right here. Version 3, I haven't been able to race in. 2024 was just a huge year for super shoes, and I really liked version 3 when it came out. It feels great. I've been running in it for training, kind of long distance miles, easy runs, but I just haven't found the occasion to race in it as opposed to some of the really great super shoes that came out last season. Maybe that will change in V4. So let's go ahead and try this one on and see how it feels. Let's first put on version 3 here for comparison. I've got all three, version 2 through 4, in a size US 10. For the fit, I love the Catamount's roomy toe box. I could probably get away with a US 9.5 in these with thin socks, but like I said, I ran version 2 in a 24-hour event. I ran them in a fast 50K. I've got a full thumbs width in version 3 and version 2, and I feel like with the comfortable toe box, that really works for me. I've been burned in the past with some Brooks shoes where I try to go with a 9.5, and then I get some rubbing, especially on the big toe side, and a little bit of tightness over here. So going with the 10 has been no problem for me at all in Brooks. Now version 4, I weighed these. This comes in at 9.9 ounces, 282 grams, so it gains a little bit of weight. These are 9.5, 268 grams. So version 4 gains a tad of weight, but it also gains a little bit of stack. So these are spec'd at 34.28, maintaining the 6mm drop. These I had measured at 31.25. They weren't too clear with Brooks specs. You do get a 2 to 3mm stack increase in version 4. A little bit of extra weight, but I think that stack increase will be welcomed in order to compete with some of the super shoes that are out on the market right now. So let's see. Okay, I definitely notice that 2 to 3mm. It even feels like it could possibly be more. You're anywhere in the range of, I would say, 3. Of course, I've been running in these, so these may be a little broken in, but the higher stack is noticeable, especially under the forefoot. So these feel really good. Okay, one thing to talk about here is they did change the plate and they did change the midsole. So in version 4, they've got DNA Flash version 2. In versions 2 and 3, you have DNA Flash. I guess that's, you would say, version 1. Also, they changed the plate. Something that they talked about at the running event with us is they kind of scooped the plate down under the forefoot a little bit more. Here you kind of had a mesh Skyvault plate, a little bit more flexible. Something that I really liked about version 2 and version 3. When I raced version 2 in that 50K, I thought it really climbed well. It really flexed well. So if we take a look at this, this is a really flexible shoe. And version 2 is pretty much the same. I felt it gave a little bit of impulse and it was really flexible. That's why I liked it as a very versatile shoe across the board. Now, I have flexed version 4 in hand, so I know how this is going to be. It's definitely stiffer. This shoe is definitely stiffer than version 2 and version 4, and that's something that they told us. They wanted to make this shoe a little bit faster, a little bit more competitive in terms of racing against other super shoes that are on the market. So taking a look at this upper here, they did make a few changes. It's a single layer TPEE mesh here. There's no underlays under here as you have in version 2 and version 3. I'll get into this in more detail when I do a full video review on this shoe. This is a shoe I've loved version 2 and version 3, so I'm definitely going to do a full video review on this one. I'll get into all the details. The tongue is very nice. It's a neoprene single layer. It's all interconnected, gusseted of course, but the material seems to be uniform from the gusset through the tongue and well padded here. Again, I'll dig into this in detail in the full review, but I like the feel of this. Standing in both shoes side by side on foot, the stack height was of course noticeable. Of course those are broken. Of course these are fresh out of the box. 0 miles in them as of now. I think that's going to make this a more competitive shoe. I just didn't race the Catamount 3 last season. I had them all of last year. I just couldn't find the reason to choose them over some of the other really good super shoes on the market. With that little bit of stack height increase here, and also the way that they oriented that plate more for speed than the versatile flex of this, I think you're going to lose a little bit of versatility that you had with version 2 and version 3. I think that's going to hit the mark if that's the intention for Brooks. Going forward, Brooks may be coming to the market with a very competitive trail racer here.